Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Bear. I'm the Executive Director of Bear Agency. I just want to take a little bit of time and let you know who I am and the work that I do in First Nations countries all across Canada. First of all, I'm a Métis, originally from Prince Albert, but have family in Batoche, St. Louis, and Saint Laurent. I have a degree, a BISW degree, Bachelor of Indian Social Work degree from the First Nations University of Canada. I'm also an ordained minister. Some of the workshops that I present right across Canada are from personal experience because I have gone through a very tough life, and as a result, I share a lot of my personal experiences in my workshops. The first workshop I'd like to let you know about is our anger management workshop. In the anger management workshop, I teach about techniques, I teach about triggers, I help people to manage their anger and to work through their anger. I also help people to understand what brings about their anger and how they can better resolve issues without losing control, without becoming aggressive and allowing their anger to take control of their life. The next workshop that I present is a family violence workshop. It has been a very highly requested workshop right across Canada, and it deals with a lot of control issues. Oftentimes in many of the communities there's control, and within the family, if there's control within the family, it makes the family an unpleasant place to be. And oftentimes when we come home, it's supposed to be a safe environment, it's supposed to be a happy environment, but it really oftentimes in many communities it just isn't that. And so we help individuals to understand some of the trigger issues, some of the control issues, some of the factors that are in the lives of individuals that cause people to experience family violence. And family violence needs to be eliminated in all communities because family violence does kill. It causes people to not feel very good at home. And so we need to change that. And this workshop is a very powerful workshop, and it addresses all the core issues in respect to family violence. The very next workshop that I present, Suicide Silence Workshop. And within the Suicide Silence Workshop, what I do is I explicitly deal with the silence of suicide. Why people won't talk about the problems that exist in the community, the problems that exist in the family, the problems that exist in their home, is because they don't feel safe, they don't feel comfortable, they don't feel like they have a venue to be able to do that. And in the Suicide Silence Workshop, I address a lot of the core issues that are evident in communities that we think, oh, well, I didn't know that was a problem. But it is a problem. And some of those problems, if they are not changed, if they're not dealt with, can cause very deep sorrow, very deep misery, and very heavy depression in the community. So I work with people to help to bring an avenue of hope, and Suicide Silence Workshop is very, very good at that. Another workshop that I have that is very, very close to Suicide Silence is Suicide Prevention Workshop. It's a more lengthier workshop, and it deals exactly with suicide prevention and how to help prevent suicide before it actually takes control of a person's life and of a community. So before somebody commits suicide, we try to deal with the issues, the underlying root issues of suicide, and help people to address values, help people to address concerns within the community and within a person's life that gets them to the point that they're thinking about suicide. So we understand that suicide ideation is very common right across Canada, right across the world. But if we can take control of our thinking, it makes a big difference. Suicide Prevention Workshop teaches a powerful method of dealing with suicide prevention. The very next workshop is a very powerful workshop requested over and over and over again right across Canada, is our Grief and Loss Workshop. In the Grief and Loss Workshop, I'm able to address some of the very hard, hitting issues in relation to grief. Now, I got to be honest with you, I never really was able to express grief and loss to the extent that I needed to express it in my grief and loss workshops until I actually experienced grief at its greatest level. In 2010, I lost both my parents in a very, very short period of time. On February 14th, on Valentine's Day, I lost my dad. It was a very, very sorrowful time. Then again, just a few months later, I lost my mom in September of 2010, and it broke my heart. It made my life so, so sorrowful. And at that point, I really never thought that I was going to be able to continue providing workshops because of the deep, in-depth grief that I was experiencing. But after really, really doing the grief work, doing the things that I believed were helpful in moving my grief along and making my life more manageable and making my relationship with my mom and dad a more peaceful experience, I was able to move on. And moving on meant a big thing in my life. And so as a result, I share a lot of these very underlying core issues that are so helpful to those that are experiencing loss and even compound loss. Loss to the point where they've lost one relative and then another and another, and after a while they feel like, wow, this is heavy. Our Grief and Loss workshop, it's more than a workshop, it's a therapy time. It's a time to share those inner deep thoughts, those inner deep emotions. There's a lot of emotions that do come out, and as a result, it's very, very moving. This workshop is very touching and very uplifting and encouraging. I encourage everybody to take this workshop. One of the things that I let people know in the workshops that I provide right across Canada, that we have absolutely no power without God. God is our healer, God is our provider, God is our answer. And without God, we don't have any hope. We can't change anything on our own power. A lot of people think that they can, and that they can eliminate God and just go about their business and do what they do and hope that things are going to get better. But it's not. It's not going to get better at all until we find a deep relationship with God. Not a religious experience, but a deep relationship with God. Until we find that, we are not going to find the true healing that many of our people, many communities are looking for. I encourage everybody, get in touch with God. Find out who He is. Ask Him. Our workshops are very helpful in encouraging people to find God. Some of the other workshops that I do provide are drug awareness. That deals with a lot of the drugs that are common in the communities. We address that. Another workshop is residential school healing, and it's a very powerful workshop that really addresses some of the core issues in relation to residential school and some of the things people have gone through and how they can acquire healing, self-esteem building, and stress management. We also have many other workshops that are available, but you need to go onto my website to find a lot of those workshops. And when you go on my website, all you have to do is Google search Bear Agency and you'll get right onto my website. If you would like to know more about Bear Agency and the programs and the workshops that we offer nationwide, then we ask that you call us toll-free at 1-855-544-2777. We thank you very much for your interest, and we hope you have a wonderful day, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.